dip. Ooh, darling.
Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. According to Medical News Today, which is last updated in 2014 and was accessed January 29, 2015, the banana is the most widely consumed food worldwide. And thanks to Gwen Stefani, no child born in the 90s will misspell it on a spelling test. That may be why the banana is the most widely consumed and diverse food that is cooked with. My mother's been making this recipe for me since I can remember, and my mother's mother made this recipe for her. This is a family recipe that is often found sitting on a kitchen counter, brought to family gatherings, or at work potlucks. Banana cake is often described as a sweet version of the ever-so-famous banana bread. I mean, who doesn't love a twist to an original recipe? Banana cake is a sweet and unique twist on the usual banana bread recipes you find lying in the pages of your cookbooks. This recipe is a fairly easy one that does not take very many ingredients you don't already have laying in your kitchen. First, we will prep the kitchen for baking, gather the ingredients, and review the recipe. Next, we will walk you through combining all the ingredients and baking. Then, I will give you the secret to making this recipe for people with gluten allergies. First things first, you must prepare your kitchen for your ingredients, and don't forget to preheat the oven. First, we will start with preheating the oven to 350 degrees. Then you will start by gathering the ingredients. You will need a whisk, a spatula, 2 large mixing bowls, a 9x13 baking pan, measuring cups, measuring spoons, an oven mitt, and a mixer. Then you will start by the ingredients that you need. The recipe that is on Betty Crocker, which is updated daily and was accessed January 30th, 2015, calls for 2 different groups of ingredients, wet and dry. First, we'll start with the wet ingredients. You need 3 overripe medium bananas. Then add 3 eggs. Then add 2/3 cup buttermilk. And 2/3 cup softened butter. And mix. Now we will move to the dry ingredients. Start with 2 1/3 cup flour, 1 1/3 cup sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 1 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and 3/4 teaspoon salt. And mix. Before mixing the wet and dry ingredients together, be sure that your oven has preheated to 350 degrees. This will allow for proper cooking time, proper rising of the cake, and accurate cooking time. Now it has come time to mix the wet and dry ingredients together. First, start with the wet ingredient bowl. Make sure it is all mixed together. Start by slowly adding 1/2 cup to a full cup of the dry ingredients. And mix. Do this slowly until all of the dry ingredients are added. Once all the dry ingredients are added, you'll take an electric mixer or continue with the whisk and mix the batter for 1 minute. Once the batter is all mixed, it is time to move it to the baking pan. You will first have to start by greasing the 9x13 pan. Pan works well, or you can use a stick of butter. And then transfer the batter to the pan. This will bake at a 350-degree oven for 55 minutes. According to the article found on EBSCOhost that was written in 2014, food allergy causes thousands of hospital visits and even deaths a year. This article also noted that understanding food labels and helping allergic customers to avoid certain foods. Therefore, the U.S. Congress stepped in and took action. In 2004, they wrote an amendment that stated that all food labels have to be written as gluten-free. Now, this was kind of ambiguous, so in 2008, they came back and made it a stricter policy. This recipe is a really easy one to convert to a gluten-free recipe. The only thing you'll need to make sure is that you have gluten-free flour instead of processed bleach flour. Instead of using the 2 1/3 cup regular flour, use 2 1/3 cup regular or gluten-free flour. This slows down the cooking time just slightly, so you'll have to watch it in the oven. So in conclusion, that's it. That's banana cake, a sweet and unique twist to the usual banana bread recipe. I have shared with you the tools that you need to make this certain cake. I have explained all the ingredients you'll need, how to mix them, and finally the baking instructions. I've also given you the ingredient swap to make this recipe for gluten allergies. It's crazy to think that many people were going to the hospital all because of food allergies. I can say with confidence that with the U.S. Congress stepping in, it has surely made an impact on those with food allergies.